Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hope y'all enjoyed the couple of side-by-side beers we've done, the KBS and the Dogfish 120. I apologize for those beer reviews being so long, but when you're doing two of those beers like that side by side, and they're pretty big beers to begin with, the KBS is 11.2 I think, and the Dogfish is 18%. Those are two pretty big beers, especially the Dogfish at 18%. That's a monster beer, and like I said, guys, when I did that, uh, even though I've been doing beer reviews and done over 1,400 beers, when you get to that 18%, it's just too boozy for me. Even though it's been selling for a couple of years, 2011, it's still too boozy. So I do have a 2010 of the 120 down there. We may wait a couple more years and do another side-by-side with a 2010 and maybe a 2015 or something, and see if it's calmed down, and maybe my palate will have changed a little bit more by then. We'll see. But once we get above 15%, boy, it's just like rubbing alcohol to me. I mean, it's just too boozy. Too much alcohol for this old kid. Alright guys, let's get on with this. And this is Weyerbacher's 17, which is an anniversary ale that they did. And this one is several years old too. It's been cellaring in the fridge downstairs. I think they're up to 19 or 20, I guess. I mean, I've had this for a few years. I've had this in so long it doesn't have a date on it. It's before they were dating anything. So I'll double check it. It's sweating profusely. And there is a light sediment in the bottom of the bottle. And what this is a Saison. And it's a fairly big Saison at 10.5% ABV. So, doesn't have the IBUs listed for this beer. Commercial description, it says here, 17 is a Saison ale with pink peppercorns, orange zest, lemon zest, grapefruit zest, brewed to the classic Weyerbacher anniversary requirement of a strength of 10% ABV or more. 17 weighs in at a style obliterating 10.5 ABV. 17 releases subtle notes of fruit, berry, and pepper upon pouring. You'll notice a balanced sweetness with a touch of citrus and spice with a dry and peppery finish. 17 is a once and done release only, and it will not be here for long. The style of beer should age very, very well. Be sure to get some before it's gone. And like I said, I've been aging this one ever since it came out. So it's been downstairs in the fridge ever since. Food pairings for this beer. Cuisine is curried and Thai. Cheeses, earthy Camembert Fontina. Your nutty cheeses, Asiago Colby. Parmesan, your pungent cheeses, Gorgonzola Limburger. And the meat is poultry, fish, and shellfish. Glassware pint, Becker, Nonic tumbler. Tulip, oversized wine glass. I got the double glass for this one. And like it said, it can be cellared for a while. It said it cellars very, very well. So let's get the cap off of this one and see how well it has cellared. Not a big hit. Into the glass we go. And there is a nice thick cake of sediment right on the bottom, and it all stayed there. It's very clear. Surprising. I figured all that would pour out in there. There is some particles floating around in there, but it's not cloudy. Most of it stayed in the bottom of the bottle. Very light amber color, not to the macrolock or golden, but a light amber color. A few bubbles streaming up. It doesn't pour a very big head on that. 10.5%. A lot of times you don't get a head with that much ABV, depending on the style of beer. Let's get a nose on it, guys. Oh yes, definitely got that Saison funky yeast smell going on. I am smelling the spices and the peppercorns. And with all the zest, the grapefruit and lemon and orange zest, I mean, they've got a lot of fruity zest scraped off it. They don't say how much zest they use or how many pounds or ounces of it they use, but it's got a nice citrusiness going on with it. So, but definitely tell the peppercorns. It's got a spicy, peppery smell to it. Smells pretty good. So let's give it a taste. See what we got. Cheers, everybody. Wow, that is pretty tasty. This one has cellared very well. It is made well too, because I'm not getting hardly any of that 10%. Just a slight hint of alcohol, but nothing to tell you that it's a 10.5% beer. And I've had 7 and 8 percenters that has more booziness than this. Very well made. I'm definitely getting the peppercorns, the definite Saison farmhouse bunky yeast is what we call it, and a lot of citrusiness there. I guess it's from all the zest from the grapefruit, lemon, and oranges they put in there. Very tasty. Very balanced to me. Very enjoyable. You could get yourself in trouble with this one because the alcohol is super hidden in this. I'm not getting hardly any at all for a 10.5%. Very unlike the Dogfish Head. Very nice, guys. I like that, and it's definitely not my usual style of beer, but this one's very pleasant for a 10.5%. I'm pleasantly surprised. So let's let the other half taste it, and we'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one, but fairly impressed so far. Alright guys, I'm back. Got this a little left here, and looking at the bottle, it's got something 2912. And then underneath that it's got 052917. So I guess that's their best buy date. They want you to have this by May 29th of 2017. So we're well within that. I guess they're saying it's got like a 5-year shelf life on this beer, being a 10.5%er. So we're just in 2014, so we're well within this. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they're up to 19, this is 17, 18, 19, so that's probably about right. If they're at 19 now, and they're probably doing their 20th anniversary in 2015. So just my speculation here, guys. So this is very enjoyable, very tasty beer. I enjoyed this one. Even though it's not my style, I do enjoy a nice Saison every now and then, and this was a pretty tasty one. I mean, it's not outstanding, it's not blowing my hair back or anything, but it is a very well made beer. The alcohol it's pretty well masked in this beer. It's got a lot of citrusiness from the zest from the orange and lemon and grapefruit that they've used in this, and the Saison yeast. It's got that nice farmhouse spunkiness going on. So very tasty, guys. Final chug. Very pleasant. I do think this is an A beer, guys. I'm going to give this 8, which is A minus. I think it's very tasty. I think it's a nice one to pick up if you do still see one sitting on the shelf. Probably doubt it unless it's got a lot of dust on it by now. But like I said, I've had this in the fridge for a couple years. So very tasty. Very tasty. It aged very well. Very well. So let's see what everybody else thinks. Let's go over to Beer Advocate first. They say 85 in the good range. I think it is very good. I would agree with the very good aspect of it. I think that number is a tad low, but I wouldn't argue with it. I think it's a little bit better beer than what they're implying there with the alcohol being as masked as well as it is, and nice citrusiness of this beer. So very tasty. I enjoyed it, guys. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says, if I can get this thing to work, Rate Beer says 91 overall, and that's about where I would put it in a numeric rating, and 82 in the style. So I don't know why the numbers are lower there in the style. I think it fits the style pretty well. It's got a nice Saison farmhouse funkiness in the yeast that they've used in this. So very pleasant. I enjoyed it, guys. Like I said, if I was putting a numeric rating on it, it would be around 91. So in the low A's, definitely an A beer as far as I'm concerned. So if you've had the 17 from Weyerbacher, let me know what you think of it, guys, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.